What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some news concerning Andre Rozier and Danny Jacobs. Of course, we know Danny Jacobs has split with his particular trainer, as a lot of fighters have done recently. And like I promised you guys that when I found out what the reason was behind the split, I will let you know, and here it goes. Okay. Andre Rozier was reported to say this about Danny Jacobs and the reason why they split. He said, the last time I talked to Jacobs came the night Danny fought Canelo. Okay. He says, Danny has to do what he has to do. I've got nothing to say about Danny. As far as I'm concerned, I'm done with him. He hasn't been good to me. I've treated him like he was my own son. Sometimes you have to let them go. He says, we spoke about the dynamic and human nature. I didn't dwell into specifics. I didn't want to look into pockets, but yes, sometimes people fracture over money matters. We know the Triple G and longtime trainer Abel Sanchez split, and money matters were a primary reason. Money changes people, not all people. Some remain the same, Rozier offered. I never wish any bad to Danny. Love the kid, but I don't like him anymore. Now, no prima donnas allowed. Wow. So, due to the reference of Triple G and Abel Sanchez, it came down to money. Okay, it came down to money and how Danny Jacobs was acting, and it's strange because those guys, it was kind of like the sleeping giant relationship that they had, because they've been in a lot of bouts together. That's how I really knew about Andre Rozier, because he was extensively training Danny Jacobs, throughout the post cancer and all that. That is a hell of a bond you create with a person, knowing a person has to be retrained, his whole body to be retrained, and you're there for all that. And then, of course, money comes about because Danny Jacobs, he signed with Matchroom, okay? And he did get a bulk of money, and he said money was an issue. Now, the specifics we don't know, so I'm not going to go into that, but I can tell you this. It is an issue. So since it is an issue, just like it was with Triple G came to Big Bear one day, got all his shit packed up and left, right? Because of money. Now, what's sad about this is you would think these guys would make enough money for everybody to eat without being, no, I don't think I should give you that. But of course, they say the more money, the more problems. It's just surprising for someone like Danny Jacobs, with his demeanor, would come in a disagreement with Andre Rozier. And, and he's saying, I don't even like the kid. I don't even like him anymore. So he's calling him a prima donna. So he must have done things that were snobbish, so to speak. And on top of snobbish, cheap. So not only was he snobbish, he turned into just cheapskate, right? Because I know what prima donnas are. I work with them all the time. They want things a particular way, but then money comes into play. So obviously something had to happen while they got into it about money, and, probably some F-bombs were dropped. And then this is his way of just really saying it without being messy about it. But he said enough to let us know why these guys split up. So it was because of money, and it's crazy how these guys fall out about money. I think a lot of these fighters, Golovkin, to say, because, you had Golovkin, he split with Abel Sanchez, and they've been together a long time. And Abel Sanchez was the same way, and he said the same things that Rozier said. I treated him like, my own son. So I don't know why he would act that way, when I ask for a little bit more money, when they make a little bit more money. So the thing is, he must have trained Danny Jacobs, but probably reluctantly trained him because that was his last big payday. He got $10 million for that, right? So since he got $10 million, he probably told Andre Rozier, since he got that fight purse, that I'm only going to give you a certain amount, or probably what I gave you. You know, I'm speculating, but that was his last fight with Canelo. I mean, with Danny Jacobs in the Canelo fight. So, you know, Andre Rozier probably was like, you know what, I'm done with this shit because this guy's made $10 million and he can't break me off whatever that I feel that I'm worth, you know, as long as I've been here with him. So these type of things happen, you know, in the sport of boxing. But of course, like I told you guys, this is oh God, okay, this is actually more, because they asked if there's any chance that Rozier and Jacobs could meet in the middle and talk about it. He says, I don't want to, said Rozier. Okay. And it's crazy because it comes all the way down to money. Okay, there is more. I am reading that he said that Danny didn't turn up like he needed to, like the trainer wanted him to against Canelo. Some of the early on fire got lost. He said Danny seemed to forget the constant intense effort is what brings success. Coasting off reputation rather, or what you have that won't get wins against A-grade rivals. Anyone that thinks that they are God's gift no one is. You have to work. Wow. So yes, it's a lot of things. They got in a big argument, a big falling out over this, and you can tell. So now this is now implemented about how he fought. You know, so on how he fought, then the money was probably wasn't even, he said there was a primary factor. So the money already pissed Rozier off. Okay, so Rozier was pissed off about the money that he was receiving. Then the performance that Danny Jacobs created wasn't enough for him. You know, so after that, I think the combination between that was over. So that's pretty much what happened. And Andre Rozier said, no, I don't want to get back. I don't want to meet in the middle. I don't want any of that. I'm done with Danny Jacobs. So, yeah, they ended bad. But like I promised you guys, I would get down to the middle of it. You guys tell me what you think about Danny Jacobs and Andre Rozier. Do you think who was at fault more, Danny Jacobs or Andre Rozier? You guys let me know. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.